It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Birds coming up next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Take it in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Caught, Kelce, left side. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down, Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. 7 yards to pick up there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Escaping the pressure. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The big loss on 1st down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll get a little bit back. Give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had... It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. For McCole Hardman, I mean, he was the only guy with 2 of the top 10 fastest runs in all of 2019, and he's showing that that was no fluke. He was moving there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Hurts. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game, and they feel even better about him leading their team.
Now he's hoping to put them into a better spot after this drive. On first down, Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Hurts throw complete to Rager. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Sanders has the first down and much more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3, and he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch twist. Check three.
He'll look to throw. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Tighten up. Check safety.
They'll go again with Sanders. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Rip left.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Butker now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Oh, and Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. But 1st down, Hurts. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Well, that's the play you work on each and every week. Your offense taking a knee at the end means you've won the ball game. But how about the defensive effort? A shutout, pitching a shutout, they're going to feel great about themselves.
They're going to feel really great about themselves. A big goose egg on the scoreboard. Nice job defensively.
Yeah, I say dinner on the defensive coordinator tonight.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.